5 new studios. However, there was no path to connect the 2 spaces, so we created a bridge, which connects our original studios to our new ones. Come check out our new glam area, with custom hair and makeup stations, a stylish lounge, and a bitchin' kitchenette. This glam area is truly glamorous. Fuck yeah. Our new studios in the space we call Ciel. Hello, hi, and welcome to Ciel. This space was renovated at the start of 2020, but we were able to formally open in fall 2020. Behind me, Studio 7, which was open through 2021, so we can't do that. The decor over at Ciel 2 has a really Art Deco influence. Fun fact, the fork and spoon are traditional decor in the dining rooms and
Welcome to Studio One here at Ciel Creative Space. My name is Raul of Ad Virtual, a three-dimensional design studio set in two-dimensional space. Now, we've got a ton of things to show you guys later, but for now, I'd like to introduce you to some awesome content. We're going to go ahead and meet some of the folks that not only operate this place, but also the folks that help design and now run the programming here. We're going to also talk a little bit about what Ad Virtual does, who we are, and how we have transformed internet experiences. And we'll get to that a little later on in the program. But for now, let's go ahead and meet our hosts. Welcome to the live stream of Rebirth, Ciel Creative Space's reopening event here in Berkeley, California. In the heart of the East Bay, Ciel is a unique, multi-purpose artistic sanctuary where creative minds can explore, collaborate, and produce within its 40,000 square feet of connecting photo studios and office workspace. Ciel contains 9 studios equipped for photo and film production, while live stream conferences, music performances, corporate offsites, private events, art installations, and more. Just 10 minutes from San Francisco and Marin County, Ciel prides itself in being a home for Bay Area creatives. We're here in Studio One. Spanning 2,500 square feet, this is one of the largest three-wall sites in the Bay Area with hardline fiber, blackout curtains, natural light, and equipped for sound. This is your premium go-to studio for all types of content creation. At this time, let's go ahead and meet our special guest MC. Catherine Kavari is an American actress, writer, and producer who first gained attention when her sketch, Brain of Terror, in which she played 11 different characters, went viral after it was featured on Upworthy. She's best known for her role as Patricia on HBO's Insecure, Samantha on HBO's Big Little Lies, and for voicing Ms. Marvel in Avengers Assemble, Marvel Rising, and Spider-Man on Disney XD. Born and raised right here in Oakland, California, we're proud to present Catherine Kavari.
Thank you so much. And I am here with the ladies of Ciel, Miriam Amina and Eileen Cullen. How are you ladies doing?
We are good. This is actually a nice little break to sit with you because we have been in production mode. This amazing event.
It's a beautiful event.
So, thanks for letting us have a little time out.
Thank you for being here. We want to just know a little bit about Ciel, and this is a beautiful space. It's each room. I wish everyone could see it. It looks amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about how Ciel started, how the two of you got involved? It's a really special space.
Thank you. So I would say honestly, we made a very special origin story project right after Shelter in Place because it was a time. So Cecilia and Alexi, the owners, tell a little bit about how they found this building, how the dream developed. I cannot do this story justice in this moment. It's really powerful. We actually just watched it again during SF Design Week last week. We're happy to be featured again this year with them. It was a virtual experience, but I encourage folks to watch that because it's moving. We watched it again during SF Design, and we're all just kind of like chin drops afterwards. So the space.
What drew each of you into to be part of Ciel?
Well, Eileen has a really sweet story of how you came to Ciel.
Yeah, well, I came here initially as a client doing a photo project, and I was just so touched by all the intention in the space, how beautiful it is, all the women that worked here. And then I kind of tucked it away for a year. And then I was at a job, and it just wasn't the best fit. And I was just I just want to work in a space. I don't know, and I just felt tugged to Ciel to go to their happy hours, go check back in. Anyways, long story short,
From an introvert, I'd like to say that.
Yeah, I don't.
Not everyone knows it, so people are I don't go anywhere. She
really doesn't.
This was a thing. Yeah.
But anyways, the next day they posted that they were hiring. So long story short, it was one of those things that went really easy. And I think we all just love being here for the mission.
You're not saying the part about your phone number.
And then after I applied for the job, all of a sudden, Cecilia, the owner, called me to let me know I had it, and I had saved her number from the interview, from the photo shoot before.
From the prior
Way
time.
ago.
So point being, I never save anybody's number. So and she had saved mine too. So it just
You
felt like this
knew
little divine
something
thing
was there.
Yeah, but we just love being here. The mission feels really pure to just create a creative hub for folks here in the Bay, create something for folks to do all types of projects, whether it's production, whether it's something visual. So we all just love being here.
What are you both most proud of since you've been with Ciel?
What a good question.
I mean, I'll go real quick. I'd say just still being here. I mean, it being a new business that opened in 2019 and then having 2020 hit, and to have us still be thriving and have clients who are still loving coming here, and we have an incredible community, it just feels like such an honor. Really grateful, very proud of that.
Yeah, huge
It
blessing.
does. You say a lot of times, and it reminds me, like, what an opportunity to be doing this kind of work, because we all come with different skill sets, but to be able to be in this space and be such a hub, and cross paths with people who come in the door and are sort of filled with light. And that's, people have their days, they have their tough jobs, they come in the space and you see a shift, and it's just, I never tire of seeing it. And so to be able to work in that environment, it's not quite a proud, but it's like it's an honor. It feels more like an honor to be in that space and be able to like cross paths with people who come in and they sort of put their stuff aside, emotionally, mentally, whatever, and they're like, oh, space, and I want to do more, I want to be here more. And that's, to be in this time and in this year.
That's a rarity to have that be your work environment. So that's really, really quite cool. And I mean, the space in and of itself is so beautiful. So it's great to hear that the people that are coming into the space are also bringing the great energy with them as well.
That is a huge part of it. Yeah.
What are you most looking forward to for Ciel in the future? You guys have survived the pandemic. What's the next thing that you're really excited about?
Yeah, I guess we have survived. I mean, our doors are open. It's been so much work. We're still in it. We are a small business.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a huge footprint. We're expanding and doing construction when shelter in place said stop. And for a small business, when you're pouring everything you have into an expansion, it was really a crisis on another level. So we're surviving. We're here. It's one day at a time with a small business, and but the feedback and doing this event, like, yes, I think it's going to lead to so much more growth. We've just opened. We haven't even opened it. It's a debut tonight of our most recent expansion, which we call the Bridge, Studio X, and it's a brand new sound stage, which is very exciting because all the sound panels went up. The sound quality in there is excellent. Tonight we have a band playing in there, but for recording, it's very exciting to see what that does for the business here in the industry, as we do have more and more requests. So that growth and some other things that are bubbling about growing outside of this block, which is like exciting and scary. And I think, like, we always say good attracts good around here, and just like keep rooting in that, rooting ourselves in that. And we feel that like other partners are showing up, and like they're also executing their own labor of love in their path. And so like all that intersection is so exciting to me personally, of that potential. It feels really infinite. Eileen, you're probably looking forward to a vacation. You need it.
No, I'm looking forward to two things that popped into my head. I mean, one is like just truly putting Ciel on the map. I feel like I still run into people and they're like, oh my gosh, like we didn't know. And I'm just like, we're ready for this baby to grow and just for people to know about it. And then I would say secondly, it just has been such an honor to bring in all these partnerships, like Miriam was saying, from the community, whether it's food vendors or artists or, juice pop-ups or, all the people at this event tonight. It just feels like we get the best of both worlds. Honestly. And it's like, we just feel so grateful. So it's exciting. It's just going to grow.
And you were saying you want people to just know about it. What do you want people to know about Ciel? What is it that you want the community to be aware of with Ciel and what you all offer?
We are a whole city block in Berkeley for now of 40,000 square feet. We have 9 production studios for photo, film. We have open natural light studios, soundproof studios, psychs. We have a private workspace. We have event space. We have it all. And it's beautiful, it's female owned, and it's ran with love and passion.
Yeah, did you want to say something else? Oh, no, okay.
Well, I think the other piece is we say making space to be human.
I was just going to ask about
Were
that.
you?
Yes,
because
I was just going to say that.
We really, it's more than a slogan. We talk about it often in our space while we're working and like talking to other new people that we meet, and that is like a thread that's definitely woven in. It's really not just lip service, and just like we check in with each other a lot. We really have each other's backs. We're running a mega business here, so, and we're like a tight, gritty, nimble, hardworking, badass women-led team, and we have to make space to be human. We really do. It's a conscious effort. It takes incredible effort to bring ourselves back to that. So I think that's also important for people to know, that when you walk through these doors, like, we have boundaries. We expect a lot from ourselves, and like we expect everyone else to bring their best self, and we can make magic together if we do that. We show each other respect. We're in an industry, you're in the same industry, and it's, we have that, like, we're not saving lives here, and we can work hard and like respect each other and put our egos to the side, and I think that's important for people to know. We don't put that in print, but
leave the egos at the door when you come into Ciel's space.
Bring yourself. Bring your best
yeah.
self. You're a butterfly, like our butterfly release earlier.
Yeah, we had a butterfly
Come
release.
and fly.
And
That's my
be
butterfly right there.
lovely.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds really great, and this event is super exciting. It's a beautiful event from what I've seen so far. I can't wait to see more of it. It seems like your hard work is really, really paying off, and we hope that it continues to pay off, and that the word spreads about what Ciel is about, and who the people in the community that can come in and take advantage of this beautiful space. So thank you both.
You get to chat with some of our partners.
I do.
And we're thrilled about that, because they have all poured themselves into this event, and it is beautiful.
It really is.
It is stunning. So I'm so glad that you're here.
Thank you. I'm glad
and
to be
having
here.
those conversations, and centering them in their work.
I can't wait to talk to them.
That.
Yeah, thank you. They all seem like really exciting ventures, and I can't wait to speak to all of them.
Thank you, Kat.
Thank you both. That was very lovely, and thank you for running this lovely space.
would be easy, easy, easy. No one said it would be easy, easy, easy. No one said it would be. No one said it would be easy, but no one said it would be this hard. Some say it's better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. But they've never fallen this far, only their heart to break the fall. Keep a piece of my heart in my pocket. Does that make me selfish? I'm afraid to put it all in your hands. I can't help it. No one said it would be easy. No one said it would be this hard. Easy, easy, easy. No one said it would be easy, easy, easy. No one said it would be easy, easy, easy. No one said it would be easy, easy, easy. No one said it would be. No one said it would be.
Welcome back to Ciel Creative Space. This is Studio One, powered by Ad Virtual. My name is Raul, and I'm the executive director of Ad Virtual, a three-dimensional design studio set in two-dimensional space. We basically build out virtual realities for businesses, creatives, and even some private events, if you know what I mean. Today, we're experiencing a true hybrid event. Not only do we get guests in studio, but we also have guests watching us live on the internet right now. A little later on the demo, we're going to show you some really cool effects, some engagement tools, and also some nice brand new software installments that we can use with our partners over at Maestro. For now, I'd like to share with you guys a little bit more about what we do here at Ad Virtual. What you see all around this screen, we actually build out layer by layer. Now, imagine this. This is something that we see all the time, whether it's on Zoom, whether it's actually you now see it on TV, where you have these boxes that help enclose these videos. What if we could peel back all these layers one at a time and peel it back even more so that we build it out from the very, very back? What we do here at Ad Virtual is not only create these virtual realities, but we also create virtual experiences by designing this area. I'll share with you a little bit more about what that means later in the program. And for now, let's go ahead and learn a little bit more about Ciel Creative Space with this demo.
Ciel Virtual Studio Tour.
Bonjour and bienvenue to our virtual studio tour at Ciel Creative Space. This is the quote that sets the intention for anyone coming into the space. Press pause if you'd like to read it. If not, here's a speed read. For what it's worth, it's never too late, or in my case, too early to be whoever you want to be. There's no time limit. Start whenever you want. You can change or stay the same. There are no rules in this thing. We can make the best or worst of it. I hope you can make the best of it. I hope you see the things that startle you. I hope you feel things you never felt before. I hope you meet people who have different point of view. I hope you have a life you are proud of. And if you're not, I hope you have the courage to start all over again. F. Scott Fitzgerald. This may say employees only, but don't worry. You're allowed inside. This is just a nod to our speakeasy vibe, and fun fact, it's also the original door from the 1940s. Let's dive into all Ciel has to offer. Ciel Creative Space was founded in 2019 by Cecilia Caparis-Apelin and Alexis Laurent. With decor inspired by the south of France, Ciel is your creative sanctuary for art, design, fashion, music, photography, editorials, and video. We have 9 studios that span over 40,000 square feet. That's a lot of square footage. Part of that 40,000 square feet includes the Je T'aime Cafe, which happens to be where we are now. It's a great place to get a cup of coffee, set up crafty, or just get some quiet time on your laptop. It features custom metal artwork and woodwork by Alexis Laurent, as well as a rotating art gallery. We like to dedicate our walls to different artists, like this impressive freehand Sharpie art by Suzanne Baxter. Did we mention you can buy this Ciel swag we're wearing, including these mugs, but not the wine inside. That's for us. Onward. Let's stop and take a moment to look at our catchphrase. Pardon our French. Here at Ciel, we do things pretty unapologetically, which isn't always pretty. So you'll just have to pardon our French.
Fuck yeah, you do.
Welcome to Studio 1, the bad bitch. At 2,500 square feet, this studio offers one of the biggest 3-wall psychs in the Bay Area, a lighting grid, private mezzanine, fiber for live streaming, heating and cooling, and so much more. Teasing is not enough. You need to see all of Studio 2. At 2,000 square feet, this stunner offers 2 Ciel signatures, a flawless psych, and gorgeous daylight. Plus a kitchenette. Score! Moving on. Ah, my favorite time of day at Ciel. Magic hour in the atrium. Bask in the glow of the sunlight streaming through the original windows, giving life to our thriving plants in their handcrafted metal planters, accenting the bespoke art. It's just la perfection. You want to know what's really cool? Our loading dock. We just extended our ramp so you have even easier access to all of our studios. Like this one, Studio 3, our artist studio. Your blank canvas to create whatever the hell you want. Huh, so this is what 1,000 square feet feels like. Feels good. Voila! Here we have Studio 4. At 2,000 inimitable square feet, this gem pretty much speaks for herself. Let's listen. Like what you've seen so far? Stay tuned. We're only halfway done, and we're gonna pass it on to the rest of the team.
Fuck yeah, we are.
Come on in and check out our brand new soundstage, Studio X. Oh, do you hear that? Sounds like it's in use.
Non, je ne regrette rien, ni le bien qu'on m'a fait, ni le mal, tout ça m'est bien égal, non, rien de rien, non, je ne regrette rien.
Wow, that was a choice. During the 2020 pandemic, we used the opportunity to expand our building. We opened 5 new studios. However, there was no path to connect the 2 spaces, so we created the bridge, which connects our original studios to our new ones. Come check out our new glam area, with custom hair and makeup stations, a stylish lounge, and a bitchin' kitchenette. This glam area is truly glamorous.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Get out of there, Claire! Okay, let's check out our newest studios in the space we call CL2. Mabuhay, and welcome to CL2. This space was renovated at the start of 2020, and we all know what came next. But we were able to formally open in fall 2020. Behind me is Studio 7, which is booked through 2021, so we can't show you that right now. The decor over at CL2 has a Philippine Art Deco influence. Fun fact, the fork and spoon are traditional decor in Filipino dining rooms. And would it really be CL without plants? Speaking of plants, we have to show you some of our favorites. Aren't these hanging planters stunning? They were designed by Alexis Laurent and inspired by Monet's water lilies. It fits, since we like to think of CL2 as a creative pond and we want you to come take a dip. The plants are in good company with these unique Philippine lanterns hanging among them. That's right, the decor isn't only inspired by the Philippines, some of it was shipped here straight from Cebu. Don't walk, don't run, strut into Studio 8. If you like privacy and love our CL touches, Studio 8 is the place for you. Clocking in at 2,000 square feet, Studio 8 is the perfect sunbathed locale for photo shoots, video, castings, off-site meetings, you name it, Studio 8 has it. It includes a kitchenette, TV for screening, conference table, and lounge, just to name a few features. Oh, look at all that equipment in there. That photo team is going to create something beautiful tomorrow, I just know it. Shout out to our equipment partners, Little Giant and Ranahan. We would like to show you Studio 6, but we're under NDA, and given the choice, we'll take libations over litigation any day. Salud! Come along, ducklings, we're going into Studio 5. Right this way. At 3,700 square feet, Studio 5 is our biggest studio, which also means it's hosted some of our biggest clients like Levi's, Google, Old Navy, Adobe, Visa, Rothy's, Third Love, Amourvert, and Stitch Fix. Not to mention a shoot featuring a certain pretty woman. We have convenient blackout curtains and your own private loading dock for the easiest load-in, load-out that you have ever had. Thanks for walking through with us. Here to give the final word is the BOSS herself, Cecilia Caparas Apollon.
Any questions?
Hi, I'm with Sherry McMullen, the owner of McMullen Boutique in California. Thank you for being here. Can you tell us a little bit about McMullen Boutique, what you offer, and how long you've been in Oakland for?
Sure. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to have a conversation with you. I'm Sherry McMullen. I am the founder and CEO of McMullen Retail. We founded McMullen 14 years ago in Oakland, California, and it's a luxury retail business focusing on empowering women through what they wear, what they put on. We are an inclusive shop that highlights designers of color, female designers, which is something that's really important for us.
And that's great. So you do very much center female designers and designers of color. Tell us more about like why that's, I mean, obviously it's important in every industry, but how did you come to make that sort of the centerpiece of your business?
Well, you know, I've had the business for 14 years and I was in the industry for a long time, even before I opened my business. And I always found that there was so much talent out there with Black designers in particular, but I didn't find many Black designers in retail stores. So when I started McMullen, I wanted to make sure that it was a focus for us to discover talent, and not only discover, but really mentor and make sure that those brands would be around for years. So it's really a part of our DNA, and it has been from the very beginning when we opened in 2007.
And then what is your process of discovering talent and then I guess developing that sort of talent?
Well, the discovery, so I would say when I opened in 2007, you know, there was no, it was strictly brick and mortar because there was no social media at that time when I opened. So it was really about discovering brands through showrooms. So when I would travel to either LA or New York, it was important to be able to discover those brands through showrooms that we already worked with. I found that there were very few, so it was really about, word of mouth, asking, finding out what people that fashion people are wearing, and just learning more about how to discover new brands really across the globe. Because what I found is that when I was going into the showrooms, maybe once a season I would find a designer of color or a black designer, and then maybe the next season they wouldn't be there. So it was really, to me, it was about not only discovering, but also how do we make sure we're giving the designers the tools to stay around.
Sustain.
Yes, to sustain.
That's amazing. And when did you know specifically that you wanted to be curator of fashion, of all the different entrepreneurial, efforts that you had gone towards? How did you settle on fashion?
Well, I've always loved fashion, and I studied business in school, did accounting for a little while before going into sort of corporate buying, and that was prior to me opening my store. I was working in retail even when I was working in accounting. I would work part-time and wanting to stay in the industry, but not really understanding how I was going to get into the buying side of it. I always loved sort of the behind the scenes and understanding how product got into the stores, but I didn't really know that there was a career path that you could make, you could pursue in the industry. I grew up in Oklahoma, and the fashion stores that we had were Dillard's and a lot of the Midwestern stores, but they didn't have buying programs. So it wasn't until I moved to Dallas, I started my buying career essentially with Neiman Marcus, because they had an executive development program. And it's something a friend told me about, and she said, she was also in accounting, and she said, we feel a bit stuck in accounting and we want to do something more creative. I've always loved this space, so I applied for this program, and I got into the program, and that's really how I started. And the program essentially teaches you how to become a buyer.
Okay. And you said you're originally from Oklahoma.
I'm from Oklahoma.
What drew you to the Bay Area, and then what made you sort of stay and decide to establish your business here, and specifically in Oakland?
Sure. Well, I moved to Dallas after school, and I was working in the program at Neiman Marcus, as I mentioned. And then I was recruited to California and San Francisco with Pottery Barn Kids to open the retail stores to become the textile buyer. So that's how I landed in California. And then I moved to Oakland about 3 years after being in San Francisco, was still working. I didn't know how long I would be in California, but when I moved to Oakland, I felt this strong sense of community here and knew that I wanted to be here, raise a family, and start a business. I felt very connected to the people here and the community.
And I suppose the community has still been very welcoming of McMullen, and you feel that strong connection and that support for your store at the moment. Yeah,
Definitely,
that's wonderful.
definitely. I remember when I was writing my business plan and I was looking for spaces. Our first space was on Piedmont Avenue, and I remember going up and down Piedmont Avenue and thinking about all the businesses that had been around for 40 years, 10 years, 25 years. And I felt that McMullen would be well supported because so many small businesses are so well supported within Oakland, which was another draw for me because it's really how I grew up too in Oklahoma. We were surrounded by so many small businesses, Black-owned banks, Black-owned restaurants, grocery stores, and I really felt that connection in Oakland as well when I moved here.
What are you looking for when you're out looking for designers? What catches your eye, and how do you decide to hone in on a designer or a brand?
I really look for designers who have a strong point of view in their collections, and designers who are telling a story through their work. They are designers through, their vision and the creativity, the art of it, but also designers who really have a strong understanding of the woman they want to dress. And you can really tell the ones that understand that and have a strong point of view, from some that just are, figuring it out, which is okay too, because sometimes it takes time
Yep.
to, find
Develop.
out who that woman is that you're dressing.
Yeah, absolutely. McMullen was the first retailer to pick up a lot of great emerging designers like Christopher John Rogers. What was that process like, and why is it so important for you to be able to work with these designers?
Well, I think just as being a Black woman in the industry and in the position that I'm in a position where I can actually help designers and discover designers and put their work in the forefront, and help tell their stories as well through our platforms, through our stores, through our online presence. And it's really important for me because, like I said before, when I was starting, I just didn't see enough Black designers in retail stores. I mean, now you're seeing more, especially over the last year. You're seeing, retailers sort of scrambling, trying to, find designers of color, but it's something that is truly a part of what we've done from the very beginning. When I saw Christopher's work, he invited me into the showroom. I had been watching him, and I was in New York, and it was in February. I was really sick actually when I saw him, and I said, I had a cold, a really bad cold, and I said, I'm gonna come see you anyway. And I just saw the passion and the love that he put into the collection. And I said, I'm going to watch you one more season. It was his first collection. I'm going to watch you one more season. And I did. And I went in and I said, okay, this is right for us. I believe in your vision and what you're doing. And I know our customers will too. And that has happened with so many different designers over the years. I can count the number of designers where we have discovered them and they've gone off to become hugely successful. I'm really seeing it so much now.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
it's
really
great.
amazing. What's some of your advice that you would have for designers of color, Black designers that are starting off and do want to hone their craft and do want to be do want to catch the attention of retailers?
I would definitely say stay true to your vision when you're starting off. I would say that to anyone who is creating and in the industry is really, understanding your client, the person that you're dressing. Really stay true to that, and not let temptations and not let a lot of outside influences change the direction of your company and your vision. It happens so many times. I see it a lot. And it's something that I talk to a lot of the designers that we work with. It's like, stay true to that. It's going to take time to build, but stay the course and just really stay focused, and also have great mentors. Yeah, it's really important.
Absolutely, and I think with any creative industry, it's very much if you have a voice, if you have a point of view, if you have a vision that you, like you said, you stick with, and you're true to it, that passion will come out, and attention will be grabbed, especially if you are putting the time and the work into that as well. What's next for McMullen? What do you see for your future, and what are you looking forward to in the coming years?
We've been in the industry a long time, so I've had the store almost 15 years now, and we want to just continue to grow our brand. Our online space is growing and developing. We have an amazing store in Oakland that's well supported by our community and our clients who have been with us. Many have been with us from the very beginning. I'm so grateful for that, because especially during last year, it was such a trying time for everyone, but we really got through everything because of our client support.
That's amazing.
And so in terms of growth, we are looking at expansion in some key areas across the country, and really just, continuing to put out the message of what we're doing and supporting the brands that we love.
That's wonderful. Ciel's mission statement is making space to be human. What does that mean to you and also for McMullen, making space to be human?
Making space to be human. You know, I think it's important for women, for people, humans, to take up space. And really taking up space, but also staying very authentic to who they are. Yeah, it's really, you know, it's about authenticity and, you know, taking up space and using your voice for what's important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sherry,
Thank
for talking
you.
with us. We're really excited to see the continued growth of McMullen, and we're really excited that we have such a beautiful store in Oakland. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
I've fallen into your arms. Are you strong enough to hold me? You must carry me and weight upon my shoulders. Be the earth below me. I'm blinded by your love. Can you see clearly where we're going? My
And welcome back to Ciel Creative Space. We're currently in Studio One. Did you know that this was, I think it is, one of the top 3 psych walls in the Bay Area? This is 2,500 square feet of psych space. So if you're looking to create some awesome content that you probably can't create at home, this is the studio where you want to be. Now, my name is Raul, and I'm from Ad Virtual, a 3-dimensional design studio set in 2-dimensional space. And in this segment, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about online engagement. I'm going to play a quick video really quick, and then we're going to go ahead and try this new form of online engagement. Let's see that video right now. Hey guys, welcome to Ad Virtual's Digital Theater, where you can literally design your reality. Now, I understand that that might be too much, so I want to give you guys some context. Let's go visit a stage you might remember with a face that you'll definitely recognize. Let's go. And you are now inside of our digital theater, where we can create new virtual experiences and customize your online engagement. Right here, we have 3 options for you guys. So let's go ahead and play with this game we call Choose Your Destiny. To my right, you have video A, B, and C of our dear friend, Lady C, all the way from Canada. Lady C, if you're watching this right now, I should have asked you earlier about this content. I'm sure you're gonna love it, but we're gonna ask our in-studio audience and our virtual audience which video they'd like to play. So for the next 5 seconds, I'm gonna put it out there and ask you guys via poll, what video to play. Should we play A, B, or C? Looks like our in-studio audience is turning to B. Our polling audience looks like C and B are definitely up. Okay, so we're gonna take the average of our internet audience and our in-person audience, and it looks like we're gonna choose B. So at this time, through the magic of the internet, we have allowed our internet audience and our virtual audience to choose what is next. Cody, let's go ahead and play video B.
Dishwater blonde, tall and fine. She got a lot of chips. Well, earlier I've been talking stuff in a violent room, fighting with lovers past. I needed someone with a quicker wit than mine. Dorothy was fast.
Lady C, I don't know how you do it with the hat. You kept it on the entire time. That was amazing. And I just wanted to say, once again, if you guys love the content that you just watched, make sure you check her out on the internet, Instagram at Lady C. And actually, if you even Google her name, Caroline Frazier, aka Lady C, you will find all of her content online. She's amazing. Not only is she a beautiful dancer, but she's also a beautiful performing artist, singer, creative director. She is everything. Now, because we were really, really close in our poll, I would also like to just play another video. And because it was such a close race, let's go ahead, Cody, and play video A. Wasn't that amazing? Again, if you love this content, please Google search her, Lady C, well, Caroline Frazier, aka Lady C. Again, this was a little bit of our demo on how we have shifted the forms of online engagement that we at Ad Virtual have created. Our goal is always to push the limits and the boundaries. What we like to say is that we push engagement beyond chat. If you have watched anything on Twitch or even on YouTube, you know the robust tool that is chat. But at this point, we've also created another layer of engagement, which is choose your destiny. In a few moments, we're going to go into another layer of engagement called call to action. And we'll get to that in a few moments. It looks like we're actually going to go ahead and bring back our interviewer in about 2 minutes. So enjoy this video of Ciel Creative Space, and then we'll get back to you in a moment. Hey, Gina. We're live. We are live. We are live. We are live. We are live.
We are live on a live stream.
This is Gina.
This is
Marico,
real life.
Gina Rosales of Make It Marico, and she is awesome. Good night.
No, you
Okay.
can't.
Should we interview you?
Yeah, let's have
Okay,
an
let's
interview.
take a seat.
Oh, let's take a seat. Let's be official.
Okay, folks, my name is Raul, and this is Gina Rosales of Make It Marico.
What's up? I'm going to switch the tables
We're
and
switching tables.
interview you.
The magic
What does
of
it feel
live
like,
stream.
RJ, to be live in real life and also live on a live stream at a real life party for the first time?
You know, I can't be any happier. In this
Yes.
moment, I feel so happy and fulfilled because not only do we get to like experience this, but
Yes.
it's with real people.
Yeah,
Of
we
all
have
the
an
events-
audience right
Yeah,
now.
we have a real audience, and
We
there's
have a
more
real
people walking
audience
in.
watching us
Uh-huh.
live on a live stream.
You guys can make noise.
In real life.
Uh-huh. We got my man Joe.
Sorry, I was yelling on the mic. Sorry, Cody. Sorry, sound guy.
Yeah, this is amazing.
I wanted to hop on the live stream
Sure.
because I just want to say thank you to
Me.
you
Uh-huh.
because we would not have been able to survive this pandemic as an events company without each other.
100%. That is 100%.
And this is like what partnership looks like.
Yep.
And I want to cry because I can't believe that we're at a real life event right now and also on a live stream. So this shit is many. The fact that we're finally back in person, and I've been dreaming about this
Yeah,
day for
I mean,
like the past 15 months.
I think we all have, and we were wondering
Because-
what it would be like, and
Yeah,
now
and this is real.
this is real. Like we're live, and there are people, and she has an awesome hat.
Look
See?
at those awesome hats behind the
Uh-huh.
camera right now. Wow.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I just want to come on, surprise you, and
It's all
say
good.
hi, and just say that I'm hella grateful to be here.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
so thankful for our live audience
Woo!
in real life.
Real humans in
real
real
human
life.
beings, because literally we've been sitting behind a computer engaging on a keyboard
Yep.
for the past year,
Yep.
and now we get to be here, and I love you so much.
I love you too, Gina, because whatever you have just said, I want to reciprocate because honestly, without purpose, there is no need, there is no, and the events that you've brought to at Virtual CTA have really forced us to evolve and get better.
Yes.
And
Me
so,
too. Oh my gosh.
yeah, and you know, one thing about us is that we adapt.
Yes.
We smile,
Yes.
even when we want to cry.
And I have cried, and then
yeah,
we smile.
and then we smile
yeah,
again.
So
And it's all it takes is just we
hells
smile.
yes.
Yeah.
So thank you. Also, amazing shoes.
Thank you. You know,
I'm also wearing shoes.
That's the crazy thing.
real shoes with heels on them.
We're not wearing
and I'm
sweats.
also wearing a bra
She's wearing a bra.
today, and I just want to shout that out
She's wearing a
because
bra.
quarantine, there's really no need for that, and I feel like I've evolved into in real life events by wearing a bra today, and I just want to shout that out.
But
on live
also,
stream.
if you don't want to, who
also
needs
if you
a
don't
bra?
want to, it's fine. No,
Who needs a
no
bra?
pressure.
We have AC in
And-
here, so it's all
And
good.
with that, also this room is the best because it's very cool in here. That's probably why you're kicking it in here, audience.
Yep, yep.
So with that, let's go to the roll, Cody.
Now we're going to take you on a real life virtual tour of this space in real time. Follow me. Actually, before we go, this is Studio One. Once again, this is one of 3 of the largest 3-wall sites in the Bay Area. It probably is the biggest one, 2,500 square feet. That's pretty good for a site. They've actually had a Mustang in here. Jose, take a look at this. Yeah, let him see. Okay, let's go ahead and check out the rest of the space. Once again, this is Studio One, powered by Ad Virtual. We're gonna walk out this way into this giant atrium of a space. I don't actually know the name of it, but there are hundreds of people, possibly thousands. And this hallway has been created by humans. She literally designed these pieces of artwork for this show. The lights down here are all to accent the art that is human. Shouts to human. Shouts to Team Fremont, Irvington in the house. We're gonna walk into this next space, which is basically the cafe of the area. Probably where most folks are gonna hang out. What's up, Hassan? We got my man Hassan of Endeavor's Open. Now, again, this is the cafe space. We got my man Raka in the place to be, aka Established Projects. Brother. So, Raka, we're actually live right now for Ciel. So. That's right. Again, if there's one thing that you need, it's going to be coffee or beverages. So I think this is where Ciel definitely steps their game up, because not only do you get a beautiful space, not only do you get beautiful amenities like plants and lighting, but you also get this beautiful cafe. What else do we have? We'll head over this way. All right, up next. Not only are we gonna get into this studio, but I just wanted to showcase with you all of this right here. As a friendly reminder, this is a woman-owned facility, so there was a lot of thought and effort put into the intention of these spaces, from the way the walls are designed to the way the lighting is designed. You're now in the Pinaista hybrid conference room. Check it out. I don't have to tell you much about this space. You can just check them out at pinaista.org. That's PINAYISTA.org. And you'll get a total understanding of why this place is so awesome. We got our broadcast team, Abby, Lauren from Ad Virtual. I would jump on there, but it's a little loud. This is the Pinaista main stage with DJ The Android. She's going to be on here again later. And what we got here, we have not only the co-founder, but also the CEO of Make It Marico. She does that. Oh. We got my man Fran Boogie. We got Fran Boogie, aka the voice of the Bay Area nightlife. Thanks, brother. So right now, this is what you would call a hybrid party, where we not only have guests in real life, but we also have hundreds of thousands of folks watching us online. So they go ahead and take the pad. We got this bar by Small Potatoes. Now, what's really dope is that Jose is actually an architect of sorts, and I want him to take a look at this because it's kind of amazing. These walls, they're not your typical French doors. They actually tilt up. So this is technically Studio 3 and Studio 4. But because of the way this place is designed, we have one giant space for all of your virtual conferences, photo shoots. I think the capacity is somewhere between 200 and 250. But I mean, just the architecture in this space alone lets you know that they have put so much thought and effort into this studio. Now, I don't have to tell you about what it's like to be in an old, stuffy hotel style ballroom. I want to showcase, though, this awesome open air door. Where else can you find a place that not only has fiber, not only has the most beautiful artwork, but also access immediately to outdoor, open air, fresh, beautiful sunlight? And in studio number, I think it's 4 or 5, 3D virtual augmentation. This is augmented reality for the mass. Right now, I think we have an area like, oh, I wish I knew what that is, but it's hoops. Like someone, let's take a look at it, Jose. Let's take a look at this really quick. What you're looking at is basically the backstage of a 3D virtual experience. The content designed here will be brought to you and posted online and completely augmented for whatever they decide it's supposed to look like. Let's take you to the party room. Actually, even before we get to the party room, we're going to walk through a really awesomely designed space. I forgot who the vendor is, but as soon as I found the logo, I want to make sure to highlight them because they completely transformed the hallway into an Alice in Wonderland.
Is it on? It's on right now? Let's go. Oh, we're back. I was just on Ciel's IG. If you haven't done so yet, make sure to follow them on IG. That's Ciel Creative Space, at Ciel Creative Space. Let's go check out this big studio. Now, like I said, they call it a studio, but honestly, it's a giant warehouse designed for awesome. Check it out. I definitely want to give a big shout out to Little Giant Lighting because they not only provided us with the lighting that you see up here, but the design lighting over there. So all those gold balls, even these giant lights that you see here, are provided by Little Giant. So you guys are listening to Jazz Mafia, one of my favorite area bands, because not only do they provide awesome music, but they provide awesome covers of some of your favorite songs. Okay, let's just take a listen to this. Once again, this is Jazz Mafia. You can follow them on IG at Jazz Mafia. And really quick, because the company is so close to my heart, I want to give a big shout out to the sound stage and lighting company known as Creative Transit. Once again, sound stage and lighting is brought to you by Creative Transit Agency, Bay Internet on the Bay Area, artist-driven, artist-focused. Anyway, let's go ahead and come over here. This floor and all of these sites are provided by Pure Rental. We got my buddy Johnny, representing Upper Cloud. This is really a family affair. So once again, this studio is completely modular. These walls, they move. There are wheels on them, and you can totally open them up to create almost twice the size. Let's take a look at this from the width of it. Well, David, let's check out the food. Right now, we have awesome vendors. One of our favorite vendors out here is Savory Body. About the kilo. Mini churros. I think I'll take them to the road. If you know what I mean. And I definitely wanted to showcase one of my favorite people on the internet. She goes by the name of Catherine Reyes, but she's also the owner, designer, CEO of Nature's Skin Shop. She's right here. She's a little busy, but I wanted to say that she not only provided the floral, but she also created and designed that background. And she has awesome hair. Look at that, Kathleen. You're live on the Twitch right now. Like I said, she not only provided the floor, but she also designed this awesome backdrop. Honestly, it's an amazing cast. Her husband, boyfriend, I'm not sure. He also created a lot of the visuals that you see here. So shouts to Joe for making all this happen. That's it. Okay, let's walk back to the space and go back to Studio One. Churros. They're good and hot.
See you in Studio One. So we will see you in the studio.
Good to see you back in the studio. Cody, this has been amazing. Thank you all.
here right now with the owners of Black Girls Greenhouse, Kalu and Jamaica. Welcome, ladies. Thank you for being here today. I'm very excited to speak with you all because you own a plant store in Oakland, and it's the first female Black-owned plant shop in Oakland. That's huge. You guys also opened during pandemic, which is also, that's kind of crazy. Tell us about what that was like, opening up a business in the middle of a pandemic.
It felt like a lot of pivots and a lot of adaptations to how to do business. We both have worked in business prior to this, but this felt very, very different, you know, and we just had to really try and figure out how we could make our business work in a time where there just has never been an example or a precedent set prior to this. And it was a lot of faith and a lot of hard work and guessing and to be honest with you, community, because I think a lot of people, especially out here in Oakland and in the Bay, were very supportive, and that made a world of a difference for us.
Absolutely. Oakland does have a lot of love
They show up.
Yeah, they show up. We do show up. So how did you two meet, and then how did you decide, like, oh, we have this love of plants, this shared mutual love of plants, let's start a business together? Tell me about that process.
So we actually have a lot of mutual friends, and so we met fittingly at this point.
Nice, very.
After the strip club. No, we met at the Black Joy Parade, actually. I saw a good friend of mine who also happens to be a really good friend of Kalu, and so I went over to go say hello to her, and they were together, and it literally was like instant from there. I think we like went to, you had your event. After that, she hosted an event, and then we like grabbed lunch the week after that, and then we found ourselves like knee deep in the pandemic. So it was really just like an instant friendship.
So y'all met during the pandemic?
We met right before. We met in February. Yeah.
And
right
then what was this? How did you then transition to like, oh, we both love plants, let's open a plant business together?
I think it was just sort of a natural part of the conversations that we were having. Just like everybody was home and, you know, just kind of figuring things out, you know, Zoom everything. And so we would talk a lot on the phone, just like, hey, what's going on? Just checking in with each other, checking up on each other. You know, how are you handling this new thing that just happened, or this, you know, something else that we just heard about? And plants were always a part of that conversation. So just like, hey, I just got a new, or like this has a new leaf coming in, or this is what's happening over here. So it just kind of ingrained itself in part of our like regular conversations. And we ended up going plant shopping one day. It was one of the few things that were like open, and we came back from that and was just like, that felt really good. It felt really nice to, you know, have another beautiful thing in our spaces. What would it look like though if we did it and like kind of put, you know, our own spin on it, you know, put our own flavor in it? And 6 weeks later, Black Girls Greenhouse open.
That's a huge turnaround time between
it definitely
going
was.
Plant shopping and then opening your own business. That's very, very impressive and beautiful. Why did you choose West Oakland for your shop location?
I mean, it was a few reasons. I think West Oakland has a lot of rich culture. It has strong roots in activism. It has strong roots in Blackness and in community. And then it was kind of serendipitous because a friend of mine had a space that was available to us, and so that kind of sealed the deal. And it was just a blessing to be able to be and open our first location on MLK. That was also really significant for us, especially during the time that we opened.
Yeah. What is it like being, you know, Black women in the plant industry? And also, you know, that's a huge, obviously, accomplishment, but also like what else sets your plant shop apart from the other plant stores around? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot, but I'd love to hear you tell it. Yeah.
For me, I think our plant shop is different because the energy is different. I think plants can sell anywhere. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you can go to a Home Depot if you wanted to, or Lowe's, or your local shop, right? But we wanted to create a space that felt like an absolute vibe, that felt like it was fun, that people wanted to dress up to. We wanted it to have, you know, Instagrammable moments, photo ops. We wanted to make sure that we created space that celebrated Black makers, Black artists, Black staff, and being in West Oakland kind of fit the bill as well. And so for us, we've gone to plant shops that we love, you know, and that we still support, but being able to go into a plant shop that is playing the best music with a staff that's having a lot of fun, that also is celebrating and reflective of your own culture and tradition, I think is what sets us apart.
That's great. Tell us more about the vibe that you've set and the environment that you've created at your shop.
Yeah, so in addition to sort of a common ground and a common thing that we had, you know, between the two of us being plants, also like interior design was also a huge aspect of like what we were both really, really interested in, and something that we talked about a lot. And so that plays a really huge part in how the space is represented. So everything in there is something that's been like chosen by us. There's personal things from both of our homes that are in there. There's a picture of my Nana in there. There's pictures of her grandmother and her mother in there. So it's really, really like, you feel us, you know, when you come into the space. And so that has, I think, also contributed to what's drawn people to the space, and also representative and reflective of community and what that means, and just sort of your roots and where you come from, and like the things that have made us the women that we are, and like those life experiences. And so the culmination of all of those things is reflected when you walk through those doors. And so we really wanted it to be a space that was kind of like taking out the perspective of, you know, all of these like things that are happening and all this turmoil and police brutality and all of this violence and everything, and really looking at culture through the lens of like joy, and what does that look like, what does that feel like, what does that sound like. And so that's really, really what we wanted the space to reflect.
There really is nothing more joyful than plants. They really bring, just having that life in the space really is beautiful, and it's great that you guys have transformed this, you know, this part of your store, and have brought the store into West Oakland to create that transition there too. What do your personal spaces look like now that you have your plant stores? What do your personal spaces at home look like? Do you also does that also look like a plant shop?
A little bit like the store. There's a good amount of plants in there. I think I'm probably at like 40 something ish right now.
Wow.
So they're definitely in the space, represented in like a major kind of way.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
I have like maybe around 70. I have about 70 plants.
Wow.
And I don't see myself stopping anytime soon.
It's addicting.
My kids think I love the plants more than that was the problem. But no, I both Jamaica and I take intentional inventory of how our homes make us feel. We've done this prior to the greenhouse. It was really important for us to to have a space that made us feel a thing. I think you can look at beautiful things all the time, but the connection and the feeling is the part that feels really important to us. And when you go into an establishment or a store or even someone else's home, I think you can feel the energy. And for us, that is kind of the thing that dictates our aesthetic and how we set up our space. It's what are we evoking in these people? And so what she said was culture through joy.
That's very beautiful. I have 32 plants, and I thought that was a lot. And you both have shown me that that's not true. I have a long way to go. For someone that does not have a green thumb but wants to, what is your advice? Because I have also suffered from killing many plants that I did not want to kill. What's your greatest advice that you can give to someone who wants to create a beautiful space full of plants for themselves but seems to keep killing their plants?
I would say to do your research.
To learn.
I mean, because really people put more thought into researching their iPhones than they will this living thing that's about to be in their home that they want to keep alive.
Point.
And I think set yourself up for success. If you have a space that gets really limited light, there are plants for low light. And if you have a space that gets bright light, then you can go with different plants. And if you know your schedule and you've done your research, then it really allows you to know, okay, this plant is requiring kind of minimal effort. But if you have time and you have, and just start small. Like I think people want to transform a space instantaneously, but pick one plant. See how it does,
it for a while.
and then buy a few other plants that are under the same kind of care and regimen as that one before you move into like a whole other,
That's great advice, What are some future projects that you have in the works? What are you looking forward to also in the coming months and years?
Yeah, so we actually have probably one of our biggest projects coming up a few days from now. We are launching our Grooves from the Greenhouse concert series.
Ooh.
And so that is happening. Masego is headlining, and we've also got Rex Life Raj, we've got Vadia, we've got Jane Hancock.
Amazing.
So we're planning an amazing night for that. But that's sort of kicking off that series, and that's something that we've kind of talked about and bounced around since we've opened, and we've just really wanted to kind of bring that experience together and share it with everybody. So that is happening on Saturday.
Wow.
Yeah, we're really excited about that. It's also in celebration of Juneteenth, which is a significant holiday, again, just for Black people in general, and culturally represents a lot for us. So looking forward to bringing those things together in a really beautiful way. So that is kind of top of mind and top of our list as far as like what's forthcoming right now. And I think for both of us, we really just hope to be able to continue to grow and to thrive in business and be able to serve our community and serve as a space for community. That's something that's been really intentional and purposeful since the very beginning. And so just carrying that through, and being mindful of that in everything that we do.
That's wonderful. That's very, very beautiful. What would you say the most rewarding part has been of having your business, and also what were some of the biggest lessons that you've learned since you've opened?
I will say, for me, probably for both of us, one of the most rewarding parts of the business has just been people coming in and just sharing their experience of the space with us. And so, it's one thing to sort of have an idea in your mind about how something will look and like what it will be and what it will represent. It's something entirely different to have that resonate with other people, and then for them to put their time and energy and money and effort into showing up in your space and telling you that and sharing that with you. So I think that's been like absolutely one of the most rewarding things about this experience so far.
Everything. Everything has been a lesson. Sometimes, I'm not going to lie, I ask myself why I chose this path. But it's rewarding when you're able to connect the dots with the right people in the right way with an incredible impact. And I think for me, being of service to community and making sure there's impact is probably the biggest lesson that I've learned. It's not so much about selling a product. It's not so much about pushing, your agenda down people's throat, but kind of just listening to community and trying to see what is it that they need and how can we help connect those dots and kind of bridge that gap, especially within our community. I mean, it's just been such a struggle. And so having impact has been the biggest lesson, because I've done business in a lot of other ways and it's always been product driven and retail driven and selling, but I've learned through this experience that when you connect the dots with how community feels and making sure that you add value in people's life, that creates a generational impact, then you don't have to do much with marketing, you don't have to do much with convincing people. They feel it and then they come.
What have you felt that the community has needed, and how do you feel like you have been able to provide that for the community?
Yeah, that's an amazing question. So I personally, I would love to ask our community how they feel about that. But from my perspective, I feel that we've provided a place that is reflective of the things that they want to see or the things that they need. So when you're going into a store as a Black person, being able to know like these items were made by people who look like me, they're deserving of this shelf space. These items were made by women, they're deserving of this shelf space, that they're given the same opportunity. We, for most of our vendors, we're their first wholesale account. And they've been doing this for a minute, but haven't been given the opportunity or the space that feels like it will do their brand or their business justice. And so I think that is one way. And the fact that we're prioritizing that is felt when you come in, from, like I said, from the staff to the music to the coffee barista. The plant's name might be Ebony. It's just we are making sure that our culture and our community is represented and seen and felt, and that there's a place for them to feel joy.
That's amazing. Ciel's Ciel Creative Space mission statement is making space to be human. What does making space to be human mean for you both, and also for your business?
Yeah, so I think making space to be human is just making space to feel like you can show up as your full self and everything that that represents. So everything that's made up your life experiences up to this point, everything that represents your family, your friends, your community, your education, like everything, be able to show up as like all of the different elements that make up yourself. I think a lot of times people get caught up in being recognized as only one thing, whether it's like identifying as, you know, what your career path is, or, you know, you being a parent, or whatever the case may be. But I think being able to show up in a space where you can be all of those things, because they all make up different parts of you, you know, at different times in your life, and, you know, depending on where you are. And so I think that that is sort of what we've honed in on a lot, and just curating, you know, our space and just making sure that people can show up, you know, whether they're having a good day, a bad day, whether they're showing up as, you know, the doctor or the lawyer, or just as mom or as sister or as friends, like whatever it is, but being able to show up fully, like as who you are, I think is something that's really representative of like our space and what that represents for us.
Beautiful. Well, thank you to both of you for being here. Your reputation precedes you. I'm from Oakland, as I've told you. I've been living in LA, and I keep hearing about you both. I keep hearing about the great plants that you have. I've known people that have purchased plants from you, and I'm going to be here for the next couple of weeks. I can't wait to come and check out your space, because it really does sound beautiful, and I'm so excited for both of you and for your future and the success that I'm sure you will have. So thank you for being here, and thank you for speaking with me today.
Thank you for having us. Thank you so much. We look forward to having you visit.
Definitely.
Welcome back to Studio One at Ciel Creative Space, powered by Ad Virtual. My name is Raul, and I'm the executive producer of Ad Virtual, a three-dimensional design studio set in two-dimensional space. Essentially, we build virtual realities for businesses, creatives, and anyone who basically wants to create an awesome virtual experience. Now, we've already we already talked about design, engagement, and now let's talk a little bit about call to action. Now, to just dissect what a call to action could be, if you have ever watched a DJ or actually anyone perform on Twitch, the simple ask of asking folks to type a 1 in the chat if you like what you hear, like what you see, that is a simple call to action. Now, with our partners over at Maestro, we've been able to create a more robust experience, an experience that you can actually design in the way you intend. So besides asking folks to type ones, letters, numbers in chats, you can now ask folks to actually click buttons on your screen. So whether you're asking folks to view a demo or purchase merchandise at my e-commerce store, or maybe even just sign up through our email list, you can do that now live on screen. We have a ton of folks in our audience right now. I'm just going to quickly ask them what they want to see. Do they want to view my demo or do they want to shop? Looks like they want to view my demo. So let's go ahead and just click this view demo and watch the show. That's right. That's my dog, and that's me and my dog flying through the universe, totally trying out this new piece of technology. Again, if you want to see a little bit more of that, go and check us out at advirtual.io. And for the sake of this demo, I'd like to just show you the e-commerce button called Buy Now. That's right. That's also my pup. His name is Jojo. I love him to death, and he does have that shirt available for you in the next 2 to 3 days on advirtual.io. Again, bringing it back to the concept of call to actions, oftentimes we produce these beautiful shows. I mean, even this, produced in Studio One at Ciel Creative Space. There are so many opportunities for us to ask folks for a specific call to action. I mean, this mug right here, designed by the folks here at Ciel, is also available online. Now imagine if we had this option right now to purchase. You can totally do that right now if we wanted to. Cody, let's put those buttons back up just for fun right here. The power of a call to action is not just in its immediacy and speedy turnaround of feedback, but it's also in harnessing the power of real-time engagement. Oftentimes, real-time engagement is lost online because you just simply can't communicate or hear what the audience has to say. With our partners again at Maestro, they've allowed us the tools to actually give us a sense of feedback, a sense of, if you like what you're seeing, don't just type a 1 in the chat, but also literally tell us in this form, on this website, in this Yelp page, whatever the case may be. Again, building out these new experiences is really just about understanding how we can get more creative with how we engage with our audience. With that said, I would love to showcase a little bit of what we have done with our partners over at Alonzo King Ballet. This next segment is a beautiful showcase, a beautiful video from their fundraiser that we helped produce for them over at Lines Ballet. Thank you.
Thank you all so much for joining us this evening and for your support. We will send you off with some final work from our company dancers and hope you can see them in person soon. I'd like to see 3 by the wall of plants, and I'd like to see Aji by the sculpture. Whenever you guys are ready. But you got to stay connected. often what's happening in the process is you're working away at definitions that people have of themselves that are very small. Now I'd like to see you three up there take a very low level, very low. Yes, that's great. And so the work process is saying, no, that's not what you are. Actually, you don't have that limitation. Actually, you do have more. Actually, your voice is profound and you are not an island, you are a universe. And that is the work. Aji, go towards them, please. But keep a little bit of distance. Nice. That's nice. Maddie, you're gonna move downstage just a little, just there. And Aji, you're gonna cross upstage with them. And then you guys are gonna switch, switch, switch. 7, and go. Going through those processes until you have what is known as a plastic creative mind that feels no limitations and it feels the capacity to do anything. I like when you hit ground that something different has happened. That can be a jump, a different quality, the absorption of some kind of gravity so that you've actually landed. You guys ready? When you go from one to the other, make it make sense, either propulsion or connection. And then really use it. Don't topically use it. Nice. I think one of the largest misconceptions about dance is that it's all about the body, when the body is really a small part of it. In dance, what you're training from the very beginning, little boys and girls, you're training their minds and their hearts. But the instrument is what that body is, the same as if it was a piano or a saxophone. And so what you're really training is the player. And what is the player? The player of that physical instrument is a human being. Now we have to stop and pause when we say that. The human being is the pinnacle of creation and has access to psychophysiological centers that nothing else in creation does, located in that spine. What we think dictates how we behave. Behavior is movement. And so when you're working with anyone in training, it's how they think. Is the heart open and it's expansive? Is the mind open, or are there images of people that they're imitating? And so that is the real training.
Go down. Go down. Go down is up and lead your children. Go Pharaoh.
I'm here with Jessica and Corey of Alkali Rye, Oakland's beverage shop. Thank you for being here. I'm really excited to speak with you guys because I've known Corey for a very long time, family friend. My mother-in-law, my father-in-law have talked to me about your store. They're very excited about it. I wish I could have visited. I will visit, but for now, tell me about the store. Tell me about the shop. How did it start, and how did you two partner with each other?
Yeah, Catherine, so good to be here with you. I was super excited to be talking with the homie, and yeah, shout out to Gail and Norm, who are early customers. Jessica and I have known each other for a while now, but been friends, co-workers. We worked together at Red Bay Coffee at her family's fantastic coffee roasting company in East Oakland. And Jessica's been working in the food and beverage industry for a long time. I've been more in the coffee and tea industries. And we thought about starting a business that kind of highlighted the rhythm of how we drink beverages during the day. We start off with a cup of coffee. We drink a lot of tea during the day and then kind of have a glass of wine or cocktail at night. And really wanting to highlight that in a shop and also a lot of non-alcoholic offerings.
Yeah, Corey and I met through our families. Our families are really close friends too. I think it's really interesting too that Corey and I have always switched off in, I don't know how you want to call it, like hierarchy of each other. Like I interviewed Corey to work for my family's cafes, and then he started Red Bay with my father. So then he was then my boss, and so we've really switched off in. Wow. I don't know, I guess that interesting like power dynamic too.
But very intertwined along the way.
Yeah. So like
spaces. Never know what's gonna happen, folks.
And then I had been working on this kind of concept for a while, and Raquel, who is my father's wife, who also opened Red Bay, really it was like her idea that him and I partnered together, and she saw the what do we call it, the synergy or the complement of us together, and yeah, and it's actually worked out really well.
That's a big deal. Finding like a working partnership is very
symbiotic. That's the word.
Very symbiotic and very rare. Once you find it, it's good to hold on to because that partnership is a really special one once you find it. It's cool that you guys have found it. You're both Bay Area natives. How does it feel to have your own business in the place that you were raised in the community that you're from?
Amazing.
It's very special. I think Jessica and I too share a lot of mutual community, and which is a very just Bay Area thing, right? Like it's such a small world in a lot of places, and the community is very tight knit. And so it wasn't a surprise to me, like when we met initially early on. It's like, oh, you know so-and-so, and I know so-and-so, and there's just a lot of those kind of connections. And it's just been like such a beautiful experience, I think, to even in the midst of opening in a challenging time, to have a space in our community, in our city that we love, that we grew up in, is a very special experience. And we don't take it for granted, and just feel very humbled and very, very grateful every day.
I think businesses like ours too that are also have a big portion of them are mission driven, and it feels wonderful, and I feel pride that we opened up a business, and that's like really fun and exciting. And then it also feels really restorative to Oakland, and it feels I think Corey and we have both lived here pretty much all of our lives. You know, we've done stints living in other places, but we've really seen what has happened in Oakland in the past 20 years. And growth and development can be good and bad, right? But what feels really good about this last year is that we've seen so many Black and brown businesses open, and just to be a part of them and to really make roots and to put down roots and claim that space. It's an extension. It's more than just like, oh, I did this thing that's all about me. It feels really oddly like an act of service as well.
Absolutely,
that feels good.
It's special to have actual Bay natives be business owners in Oakland, as it's so rapidly changing and
Yeah.
gentrifying. You spoke about your mission. What is your mission, and what does set you, or how do you try to set yourself apart from other beverage shops in Oakland and the Bay?
Yeah, we call ourselves a beverage shop. We sell an intentional selection of teas, coffees, wines, spirits, soft drinks, and try to promote underrepresented communities. So drink makers that are people of color, Black, Indigenous, queer, women, and also folks who care about the environment, are practicing sustainable practices. And that was just like Jessica was saying. I mean, we come from a place that has always been about social change and about really infusing your values into everything that you do. And that was always something that we wanted to do and was always going to be a part of the business. But I think just got magnified and really affirmed even more so with the events of the past year. And just us as a country trying to wrestle with a lot of issues and inequities and injustices, trying to do that in one small way that we could through our business, and trying to shift the frame to also highlight a lot of folks who have been marginalized has been really powerful.
And we also, what's so distinct about us being a beverage shop and not just a bottle shop or a liquor store is that we do highlight so many non-alcoholic beverages. And that has been because as we've gotten older, a number of our friends are living sober now. Lots of people have health things where they drink lighter or are having babies, and so that just feels, and like we don't drink every day, and like there's so many interesting things that are being made right now that are so delicious. And so it's always just like coming from a place of inclusivity. And if you think about, and I mean, it's very practical too, like when you drink throughout the day, you're not drinking mostly alcohol, so you're going to be drinking all kinds of things. And like Corey said, we had these intentions when we started the business, but I will say learning about, for example, like the homophobia that we saw within wine industry, I just had no idea about, right? And so that's when we were like, okay, our wine will be exclusively from underrepresented people. And so there's lots of things that we have learned throughout this process of just how, I don't know, how fucked up shit is.
Yeah.
And it's made us just
how you
really
can create a space.
Yeah, and really like reaffirmed and us double down on that, and that part of that mission of our business.
That's very cool. So you guys are constantly looking to see where the underrepresentation is and how you can represent for those marginalized populations.
Yeah. And the environment.
And the environment. Yeah. That's awesome. How do you go about finding the brands that you want to carry and curating your shop?
We've definitely leaned on like some friends that we have in the industry who share our values and like-minded and just really get it. We also really, part of it is building a relationship too with our distributors, with our importers that we work with, and being very upfront with them about what the parameters of our store is, of our business, and what we're really looking for. And it's been really amazing how it is this relationship building that we do and education that happens on all levels kind of the industry, from like distributor to importer to retailer like we are, has been really powerful. And I also think too that over the course of the last year that we've been open to, it's felt very affirming to see how both our customers as well as other folks that are drink makers, the beverage producers, that are reaching out to us also because they know that we are explicit about this and trying to be very intentional. So it's been like multiple ways. I think like word of mouth, it's been through folks that we have in the community that we're talking to, as well as reps and importers and distributors that we work with, and it's having this right. Yeah, so we like putting together a letter of like, these are the set parameters that we look for in
putting
products.
that out there so that people know exactly what you're
we wrote a letter, or it was more like a intro to Alkali Rye, to all of the distributors who are coming to us, pitching to us, and we're like, okay, great, we are interested in all of these things. By the way, if you have these underrepresented people, put those at the front of the line, because that's who we need to see. And then lots of people will be like, oh, damn, we don't have anybody that falls into that category, right? Like, let that sink in. Like, a lot of these distributors didn't have Black, Indigenous, person of color, queer, BIPOC, environmentally friendly. And so that has been a really interesting thing to see distributors and really bigger businesses do their own kind of inventory and personal stock of what they have.
That's awesome that you've got them thinking about this in a way that they've never thought about before. You're about to come up on your 1-year anniversary. How has your first year been, and also like opening up a business like this in the middle of a pandemic? Can you speak more about that, and what are you looking forward to as things open up moving forward?
It's been, I mean, it's hard to start any kind of business under any circumstances in America, I think. I mean, so, you know, global pandemic has had its own challenges, right? But I think that we have really seen, some things that we didn't plan for that were really powerful, I think, through the last year, was just like, for example, we started this pretty robust food partners program where we had friends who worked in the restaurant industry who were only able to do takeout and weren't able to have like in-store dining customers. And so wanting to think about like how we could support them if we were an essential business that was allowed to be open, that people could come in and shop. We could be a pickup spot for folks to try to increase their sales. And so like order meals, and then you could pick up at Alkali Rye, Oakland's beverage shop. And while you're here, oh wow, like this is a beautiful shop. Like I should pick up a bottle of wine or something, or a drink like while I'm here. And so seeing the synergy between like the food and beverage industries and how we can try to all survive this really unprecedented situation that we find ourselves in together through collaboration and partnership was a really powerful experience, I think, for us, and is something that we would like to continue in a way as we move forward through, as things start to reopen. So now food partners that we had through the pandemic, they're not necessarily going to do like meal pickups with us anymore because they have dining in their spaces now. But we could think about supporting an up-and-coming chef or cook who has a catering business but doesn't have a physical space. We can offer, like, we have a physical space that not everybody is able to have in a very expensive place like the Bay Area. And so thinking about new ways that we could be creative and try to move in a collaborative way with folks in our community is something that's interesting for us to think about as we move forward.
So would you encourage people from the community to reach out and see how potential collaborations might happen?
Absolutely. Absolutely, 100%.
Awesome. How would you encourage people to diversify their taste in liquors or beverages?
By shopping at our store.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, no, we actually make it really quite easy.
Okay.
When you shop in the store, we're a little bit more soft-handed, you know, like there's a couple of shelves that are all women producers, right? We have some shelves that are all Black winemakers, and we can tell who is interested in looking for that. But if you go to our online store, under curated section, we have LGBTQ producers, we have Black producers, BIPOC producers, women producers. So it's very like laid out. Yeah.
So Ciel Creative Space mission statement is making space to be human. What does making space to be human mean to you and to your business?
Yeah, I was thinking about that, and as we were thinking about this event, and it's also just like so amazing to be here in the space right now, in such a beautiful place that I know is just going to be this hub of creative, really vibrant energy in the East Bay. But when I thought about that, I think for us, again, being from here, Jessica and I were raised in such a vibrant, diverse community. And I think the mission of our business reflects the values and that experience of like growing up in this. That's the type of world that we want to live in, is one that holds space for all types of ethnicities, sexual orientations, like every type of people and their experiences that they bring makes us stronger, I think, collectively. And so for me to try to have a business that can try to foster that through beverages, one is delicious, and two can hopefully try to move things in a better direction in some small way.
If I think about what making space to be human is from a business owner perspective, I suppose I think about small shop owner life, and I've definitely shopped on Amazon. I will do it in the future, but I also find it so rewarding when I do shop really small. Like I think one of our first customers, he would come in and he started buying non-alcoholic spirits for his wife because his wife was pregnant. And then we saw him up into the whole holidays, and it was like, you know, and we got to see the progression of like, oh, he's still shopping for his wife, and then you see them again, and then the baby's born, and then the person, they come in as a family. And I love that human part where I get to kind of follow people's lives. It's like this little peek into our humanity about like what we're drinking and how we're eating together. There's some people that just like buy this bottle of Lillet every Sunday, and like that's her jam. So I think that's the human part. Like people are already doing it, but I really enjoy the space that we get to kind of share around that, and we get to help plan like how they want to celebrate those human moments with themselves.
Being able to connect with your customers on a very personal level, and getting to
like
know
I
them.
know whose dog is who, and when they're moving away, and when they decided to stay for the summer, and it's kind of cool.
Well, thank you for speaking with us. I'm really excited. Like Black Girls Plant Shop, I'm really excited to come and see
Black
your
Girl Greenhouse.
Sorry,
Mhm.
Black Girl Greenhouse. I'm excited to come and see Alkali Rye because I've heard so many great things about it, and I know people that have purchased beverages from your store, and I love what you all stand for. And I'm so excited that I got to speak with both of you, especially Corey, because we've known each other for so long. So thank you for being here.
Cheers.
And thank you for creating such an important and needed store in our community. So thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us. Thank you, Catherine.
Of course.
Ain't no grave can hold my body down. Ain't no grave can hold my body down. When I hear that trumpet sound, I'm gonna rise right out of the ground. 'Cause ain't no grave can hold my body down. Well, look way down the river. What you think I see? I see a band of devils, and they're heading right for me. Ain't no grave can hold my body down. Ain't no grave can hold my body down. Let Ain't no grave, no, can't hold my body down. No, 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 no. Ain't no grave, no grave, no grave, hold my body down. No, sir, no, sir. When I hear that trumpet sound, I'm gonna rise right out of the ground. Oh, ain't no grave, can hold my body down.
I'm here with Philip and Brittany from JE Model. Welcome.
Yeah. Thank you. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. So tell us a little bit about JE Model and what you do and how long you've been around for.
Okay, so we're JE Model Management. We were in San Francisco, but we just moved to Berkeley, which we're very happy. You know, like our office now is like literally right around the corner from where my family grew up. A lot of my family grew up.
Amazing.
But we have been around for 18 years on August 3rd. We are a Black-owned business and a woman-run business. I'm sure she's going to tell you that. You know, we represent men, women, of children of all ages. You know, we have a talent division, and we're just really excited to be here in Berkeley, you know, and at this Rebirth with Ciel, and ready to do some great things.
That's very cool that you got to come back to your hometown to
Well, it's
start.
not my hometown, but literally like our office was in the city for a long time. And so when we came over here to Ciel, I was driving around trying to find my bearings, and literally like my family house is like probably like 5 blocks where I was at a lot. You know, my aunties and uncles were lived over there for years.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. What was the beginnings of JE? What inspired you to start? What inspired you to start JE Model?
Well, so I was modeling. I started modeling back in, I don't know, 1987, you know. And you know, one thing about my career is like I went through my career, never burned any bridges. That was some of the teachings my grandmother taught me is, you know, go through life, respect everyone, never burn any bridges. And then after my whole career, I traveled through Italy, France, Austria. You know, I came back to America and kept it going. And then I was here and I was like, dang, I'm getting old as hell. I was like, what am I gonna do? You know what I'm saying? And so I
Were you
used
like 28 at that time?
probably like 30. You know what I mean? And so I was like, what am I gonna do with some of the skills that I learned? And so I felt that there needed to be some new energy, some new blood in San Francisco as far as an agency. So one of my friends had a talent division, and we came in and said we want to start a modeling agency. And he was like, well, why should we start one with you? And I pulled up my waistband. I was like, is that a good reason? No, I'm playing. And so I said, well, you know, we've done half the work. You know, I've been in this industry for a long time. I've traveled around the world. A lot of the clients here in the city, in the Bay Area, in LA, Chicago, Seattle, everywhere, I know them personally. So I felt that when I opened up a company, that they would welcome us with open arms because we kept the relationships positive. We kept everything good all the time. You know, and sure enough, you know, we started 2003, August 3rd, so it'll be 18 years coming up.
Wow.
And Brittany is one of our newest members. She's been with us, how long has it been now? About 2.5 years, and don't let the 2.5 years fool you. She's a boss. She is a boss, you know what I mean? And so we have a really great relationship, and that's one thing about our company. It's about relationships. You know, it's about, you know, even with our models, it's about relationships, building those positive, strong relationships, and with the community, and every aspect of you know, fashion.
So you are mostly repping models, or you're also repping actors, or is it
Well, we
exclusively
represent
to...
actors as well. We have a sister company called J Talent, so we represent actors as well. But Brittany and I are the fashion gurus. But she's a fashion, as you can see. Look at her.
Yes, absolutely.
She's a fashion. She's a fashion guru. But
She's stunning.
you know, she had to tell me what to wear today.
She had to dress you
It
today.
was hilarious too. She's like, no. She's like,
Take that
no.
off.
Yeah, take that off. Yeah.
Somebody wants to be a model. What do they do? What is your advice here for someone
You
who
want to talk about this?
who
Or me
wants to
talk
come into
about it?
this?
I could talk about it. Sure. I mean, if you want to be a model, I would say reach out to a local agency. Everyone thinks you have to have a really refined book, but all you have to have is hustle and drive and the ability to just be a part of a team, I think, right? You know, we just need some solid digitals and yeah. Would you like to add to that?
And literally, like, people always ask me, what does it take to be a model? Like, what do I need to do? Be a good person. Be a good person. Have good manners. Mean what you say what you mean. Because in this industry, like, there's thousands of people clients can hire, and they want to hire someone that they have a good time with. Someone that they show up, you know, and they're positive. You know, I remember, like, I'm an old country boy, you know, and it's like I always would, like, we're on set or whatever, and I would always, like, help people move stuff. You know what I mean? I'd always fold up my clothes, and they were like, "You don't have to do that." I was like, "Yes, I do." That's just a part. And if I wasn't doing anything, I'd help ladies bring in the boxes of clothes and everything. And then it was very great. One time, a client, like, it was for a client in Dallas, and they were like, you know, we want to talk to you about why we hire you back all the time. It was like, because you're a good guy. It's like you're always positive. If someone needs help around the set, you're there for us, and that's the kind of people we like to work with. So like whenever we talk to our new models, you know, they look great and everything, but we're talking about, like, you have to, like, please, thank you, you know, and contributing to the whole team and being a good person when you show up, positive person when you show up on set is key.
Being a good person goes a long way.
Being a good person, manners.
Manners.
They go a long way. Yes.
Is it okay if they're short?
It depends. It depends. Like
Okay.
these,
Okay.
like these days changed a lot. You know what I'm saying? When I first started modeling, like literally, I traveled around the world. I went to England. Was one of my first well, I'll talk about San Francisco. San Francisco was one of my first markets. I'm from Sacramento, and I would show up, and they would say, "Oh no, we have someone that looks like you," and I'm like, "Okay," and they're like, "Thank you," and then I look at their board. There would be like 50 Caucasians and one black guy in the corner, and they would turn me down. So I went to England. It was the same thing. I went to Italy. It was the same thing. I went to France. It was the same thing, and it just kept continually happening. And I was like, well, screw this. I'm gonna stay around. You guys are gonna get to know me, and we're gonna make it work. You know what I mean? So after being in Europe, after starting off in San Francisco, after being in Europe for like 2.5 years, like it finally exploded. You know, and finally, you know, now when I go around to different agencies, different companies, it's like it's like way better than it was when I started, but it's not as good as it should be.
And do you feel like so is JE very intentional about the kinds of talent that you sign in terms of representation, and how do you set yourself apart from the other agencies?
It's very intentional, like who we hire as models, and also like the vibe that we have. You know, we have a vibe that it's like a family. You know what I mean? It's like a family vibe. We mean what we say what we mean, and it's important because when you get with an agency, it's like a relationship. You know what I mean? It's like a relationship with your family, it's a relationship with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, or whatever, and it's a trust that's involved. You know, so it's like, you know, you have to have that trust and have to have that involvement, and normally it works fine.
What's your favorite part about being in this industry and about running a modeling agency and a talent agency, management
I
company?
absolutely love when we have people that come in, they're shy, you know, they don't know much about the industry, they're kind of all over the place, like timid. Their families have never been anywhere, they've never done anything, you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, you see these people blossoming, and you see them come in more confident, and then they're glowing, and all of a sudden they're like in Paris runway. All of a sudden they're in movies like when we first started, like Zendaya Coleman was one of our talent when she was a little kid, you know, Keith Powers, who's doing movies now, he's one of our guys when he first started, you know, and it's just seeing those people grow and seeing them share it with their family, because at the end of the day, all of the growth that happens from them happens with their entire family. Like my family, you know, my mother came to Europe, she had never been there. My nephews learned some Italian. You know what I mean? It's like, and I speak Italian, I speak a little French, I speak German now, and it's all because of fashion. And so it's just great.
These kinds of experiences that you were able to have through.
Yes, it's beautiful. And I want to tell a story real quick. So like, I never really considered what I was doing when I first started as anything that was that great. You know what I'm saying? I was going to model because I was interested in fashion, and a friend of mine had told me that I could go travel around the world and go to clubs for free and meet a lot of girls. You know what I mean? Totally
You're like,
honest.
sign me up.
I was like, sign me up. I get to learn about different cultures, learn about different languages and things like that. And so I went back to Europe. I lived in Europe for 2.5 years. I went back to Europe after like 10 years. And I was there. It was like a tour of just like doing whatever the hell I wanted to. I had money now. I didn't have to stay in a pension. I could stay in nice hotels, go to all the restaurants I wanted to go to. And so I ran into an agent that I used to have. And he was like, hey, you got to model again. I was like, no, I don't want to model again. It's all good, you know. And he's like, no, just do it. So I started modeling again, and I started going to these castings. And it was like a whole bunch of like really like beautiful African-American men just killing the game. you know, just on like magazines, fashion shows, and everything. And I was hanging out with these dudes. You know, it was great. And so when I was hanging out with this guy, he was like killing it over there. And we went to casting together. The next time I saw him, he was like, "Hey, man, you didn't tell me who you were." I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "Andrea," because like all the black folks over there hung out together. There's like a handful of us in the beginning, and all of us hung out together. And they were like, "Andrea told me that you and Jeff were one of the reasons that we're able to do what we're able to do because you guys paved the way, and I want to buy you a drink." And I was like so touched. I like was starting to tear up. I was almost blowing snot bubbles, just like,
Ugly cry.
just like totally like, oh my God, he like bought me a drink. And I just couldn't believe it. But that was one of the most profound moments in my whole career.
That's beautiful.
It
And
was
how,
beautiful.
along those lines, how have you seen the industry change over time since you've been here? And where would you like to see it go?
I would like to see it that it was like when you walked into an agency that everyone has a place. You know what I mean? That it's just not like, like when like I said, when I walked in, it was all like white folks. You know what I mean? Now it's changed a lot, but it's still not nearly what it used to be because African Americans, you know, LGBTQ plus, they're the consumers of fashion. You know what I'm saying? And to see everyone like just like be like represented in every company like Caucasians and that's it is just like really bad for us, you know what I'm saying? And I remember there was a house in Paris when I was there in Paris in like the 90s. They came in and every person that was ethnic they just kicked out of the casting, and that company I never will never buy from, never support at all. So it's just like I would like to see a day that it's just like, are you a good model? Are you talented? Are you a good person? Can you represent the brand well? And be like that. You want to speak on that?
Yeah. I mean, we're all about like inclusivity, and we want everyone to be a model, not just your stereotypical cis white human. For instance, we had a project recently where they asked for specifically a white older gentleman, and we were like, forget that, and we submitted everyone that we had, and they hired a black person, and that's where we're at. Like, we're really trying to diversify what is seen in the commercial space.
Yeah, and see on that. So when they ask for, like before when I was modeling, you would have to specifically ask for an African American person. In our company, if you ask for a male 34 certain size, we're sending everybody, Asian, black, Latino, everybody, instead of like just like assuming that they want a white person, a Caucasian person. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
What made you come into you've been with JE for about 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Were you in the modeling world before that?
Yeah, I actually started in theater, and I realized quickly acting was not what I wanted to do, but I loved telling people what to do and also helping them, realize.
Did she tell you what to do?
You know that. And like realize their dreams, and it's really something special to, as Philip was saying earlier, have someone come in as a shy young model, not really knowing what to expect, and then they become a model and they have confidence and they're doing the thing, and it's so beautiful.
What are some of the biggest misconceptions that people might have about models or modeling that you have a different perspective on, or that you might see differently?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's all about, I think a lot of, they think it's very self-centered and very this, but it's not. It's all about the teamwork and taking direction, and it's a hustle. And a lot of people think modeling is all like being a size 0 and working the runway, but no, like any size can model, all humans.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
What was the question again?
Oh, I was just asking.
Okay. Yeah, and then all models are like bitchy or rude and everything like that. Because like I still have friends that I've had for like over 30 years that I met in the modeling game.
That's amazing. That's beautiful. Well, thank you both so much for coming and speaking with us. Congratulations
Thank
on
you very
almost coming up
much.
on your 18-year
Thank you.
anniversary of having your business, and I hope you both continue to thrive, and I hope your business continues
Thank
to
you
do
very
well.
much. Thanks for having us.
Thanks a lot
All
for
right.
being here.
Have a good night.
Hi, I am with Brandy Moore of Brandy Moore Agency. Thank you for being here. Welcome.
Thank you.
Of course. Who is Brandy Moore Agency?
Well, Brandy Moore Agency is an agency representing photographers, hair and makeup artists, stylists, pretty much everything in production that you would need. So my favorite thing to say is that I never like to say no. So anything that anyone needs, I'm always happy to help.
So you're very open.
We have to be open. You have to leave every door open. No door is closed. So
Amazing. And so you were saying the kinds of clients that your agency works with, all just across the board, different kinds of.
Oh my gosh, everything. Especially in the Bay, there's a lot of like smaller brands, and then there's bigger brands like, you have Levi's and Walmart and Stitch Fix and Gap and all these larger brands. But at the same time, of course, it's like good to have variety. And so I think a lot of our artists, then there's a nice versatility in the creatives that we represent. So there's no one that we can ever say no to. Everyone's open.
Good to know. What else do you want people to know about Brandy Moore? And if there's talent out there that's thinking about signing with someone, what do you want them to know?
They have to have amazing energy. It's all about the vibe. People buy people in this industry, and I know that when you get the right group of people together, and that's sort of what Ciel is about, when you walk into the studio, and you feel that you're going to bump into someone that there's going to be some sort of connection. You never really know where it's going to go, but it's being open. It's like you have to have this like energy and this vibe that people can work with, right? Because I know this sounds funny, but no one wants to work with a mold spore.
That's absolutely true.
That stuff spreads. Got to keep the positivity and the good vibes. It's all about energy. We have to come. This has to be a passion. This is like what everyone loves to do. This is like, you work with plenty of people like that. Every day,
Absolutely.
everybody's different.
It's hours and hours of time that you have to spend with somebody. Yeah.
Yes, and as long as you're there with the best of intentions and you're wanting to meet with people and network and grow that's what it's all about. So, and it's also about, I think, feeling that vibe and that energy from someone. Some people haven't been in the game for a long time who are on the roster, and some people have. So there's the people who have been around, have the experience, and then there's the younger people, or in some cases are a little bit older and just coming into it and know that this is something they've always loved and wanted to do. and then they come in and they get to like put the passion into what they're doing, and you can see it. And those are the people that I love to bring on the roster because everybody else feels it too.
So passion and a good attitude are the two things that you
Totally,
really
you gotta
look
have
for.
like the yes.
Yeah, that
I
makes
want to
sense.
be around this person. I want to work with this person. That's who you want.
Yeah, absolutely. Because again, you have to spend a lot of time with them, and people on whatever set it is, they have to spend a lot of time with them too.
Yes, and sometimes
So
it's like multiple days in a row that you're working with that person. You have to have the energy and the drive, and when it's a passion, then it's easy.
Absolutely.
It should never be a job.
If they're true,
It should be fun.
It should be very fun along the way. So for talent that's looking for representation and they're looking at Brandy more, what would you say to them? How can they approach you?
Approach me.
Just approach.
Just approach. There's nothing scary about this. I came from a background of doing a lot of free work. A lot of free work. And you do it because you love it. You do it because you don't know who's going to be there. My favorite part was the other day having to call a client or email a client who we've never worked with and finding out that the photo producer was an assistant of ours years ago.
Wow. Small
And so
world.
it's funny now because it's like, this is one of those moments where you can say, the roles can change.
Absolutely.
And you never know what someone's going to be doing. And so those relationships that you build are so important. Not just thinking of it for that aspect, but that like you want to keep working with people who love working with you.
And that's why it's important to also be kind.
Oh my gosh.
Because you
The
really don't
golden
know
rule.
where things are going to go later on. If you're being a dick,
Oh my God.
it's going to come back and bite
I
you.
told
later
you,
on.
it's the mold sport. Nobody wants a mold.
Yes, that was a kinder way of saying it.
A nicer way of saying it. Yeah, people remember you. You want to be memorable in the
In a
right
good way,
ways,
yes.
not the bad ways. So you're only as good as your last job.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ciel Creative Space's mission statement is making space to be human. What does that mean to you and your business?
That we're human. How many times, like in our lives, have we had conversations with people and they say, I'm only human? Feelings, energy, everything that we go through, we only see a small percentage of what we're all going through. And one thing that I've said for a long time is that there's someone who you're working with that you don't know, but there is something you can agree on. There's some life situation, something that you might not know that that person has gone through, but you're there. You're there in that moment. You have to, it's like sports. I played sports all through growing up, and I think that was one of the best things I could have done is that you have to recognize that not everyone is in the same place that you are, but you're all playing on the same team. You're all like going through the journey of life. There is no finish line. It's constant work and time and energy. And as long as you can figure out that together, knowing that that is what you're working toward, then that's being human, being sensitive and understanding and empathetic to the fact that we don't know what, I don't know what you're going through.
Finding the humanity in one another.
Finding it and
connecting
knowing
it.
like we have to meet on this level, whatever that level is in that moment, which is in this sort of a space. Being in this industry, we're there that day for that job. We're not there for everything else that's going on. We're there in that moment, in that present moment, to be together, to like achieve whatever it is that goal
Common
is
goal.
for the day.
So
And it
find a
never
way.
ends. There's another job and then another job. And
Find a way to connect.
we have to find a way to connect. We have to. We're all
all
going
humans.
through. We're all humans. We're all going through things.
Through the crazy,
but we're here
crazy
together.
world, crazy life.
Here
Absolutely.
for so many different reasons, but the same at the same time.
That's true. Thank you, Brandy. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And thank you for talking to us
Thank you. I
about your
appreciate
agency.
you.
Of course, appreciate you too.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Studio One here at Ciel Creative Space. Thank you guys for joining us. It's been an amazing day. Shouts to our special guest MC, Catherine Kavari. Studio audience, give it up for Catherine Kavari. If only you knew what it took to put this thing together. We were so grateful, not only for Ciel, but also to all the vendors that came out here and helped make this happen. Shouts to Make It Marco for essentially putting this whole thing together. Once again, my name is Raul, and this has been powered by AdVirtual. Check us out online, advirtual.io. And with that said, we're going to leave you guys with our green screen immersion demo. And again, if you want to check out more about us at AdVirtual, check out advirtual.io. Thank you again, and have a good night. Hey guys, welcome to NPR's How I Built This. My name is RJ, and this is right outside of Yerba Buena Center. Inside here, though, we got a special digital theater I want to show you guys, so come on through. Let's check it out. And just like that, we're on stage with Guy Raz. Now, this scene is great for playing media that the production team manages, like this. We can even make it full screen, like this. Now, like I said, as a friendly reminder, this scene is designed so that the production team manages the media that's being played, whether that's a slide deck, a pre-recorded video, or some cool animations. Now to my most favorite part of this demo, where we not only present pre-recorded material in a very unique way, but we also get a chance to experience the show with our guests, like this. And I understand that this is NPR's How I Built This, but I couldn't help but play my very favorite Tiny Desk performance by Snow Allegra. If we wanted to, we could even go full screen, like this.